And cyber criminals can actually take over an entire local government and shut it down. And we're talking about emergency services and how that could impact everyone's day-to-day life.
Welcome to another episode of A Little Privacy, Please. I'm Jason Kravitz. With me, as always, is my colleague, Jenny Holmes. Together, we lead Nixon Peabody's cybersecurity and privacy practice. And as luck would have it, we are also the co-hosts of this video series. Our guest today is Rudy Salo, and I never get to work with Rudy. I don't see him much because he's out of the LA office, but I'm going to make him blush in a second because he is absolutely one of my favorite people at the firm. Rudy serves as counsel for community impact financing involving government entities, transportation systems, educational institutions, cultural institutions, and entertainment venues. He advises lenders in structuring various lending facilities throughout the United States. Those often involve real estate and other collateral. And he also has experience in advising new mobility companies. So, Rudy, now that I've embarrassed you, you're a local government guy. Why on earth do you care about cybersecurity?
I care about cybersecurity, and I am a local government guy because I love local government. I love what I do. I love that in public finance, we help build our communities, the roads, schools, bridges, hospitals. And I care about the safety of my community. And it turns out that one of the largest threats to local governments, but setting aside the other big threat, which is the climate change, the impact of all that terribleness, are cyber criminals. And cyber criminals can actually take over an entire local government and shut it down. And we're talking about emergency services and how that could impact everyone's day-to-day life. I'm not the only person that cares about cybersecurity. Rating agencies, which rate the underlying credit quality of local government debt, they also care about cybersecurity and what kind of cybersecurity protocols are in place. And they will have a rating go up or down on a local government issuer, depending upon how well of a plan that local government has in place to deal with a cyber attack. The cyber attacks are coming. They're inevitable. They're happening every single day. I care because it ultimately could affect the borrowing rate that my clients borrow from the municipal market.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, having great and strong cybersecurity protocols in place can actually lead to lower borrowing costs for local governments?
Absolutely. It definitely can lead to lower rates, which will mean lower interest rates that borrower will borrow at. And that ultimately affects citizens within that local government, because we are the ones that ultimately finance that local government, whether it's through our water bills, whether that's through our sewer bills, whether that's through our trash bills, whether that's through our property taxes. So local governments really need to care about cyber threats.
So, Rudy, at the risk of scaring the bejesus out of our audience, I mean, I've read some pretty frightening stuff about municipal water supplies and electrical grids being targeted by cyber criminals. Do you get the sense that these risks are being taken seriously enough by local governments and by municipalities?
I do, because as a part of our process, when we're going through the process of working on a bond deal, we ask about cybersecurity threats now as a part of our due diligence process. And we hear the reports about, yep, we get these threats. And yes, we have our chief information officer or IT person, whatever the name of that title is. They're working along with our cyber professionals and hopefully with our lawyers at Nixon Peabody, if those local governments are smart and they start hiring this great team that we have here to deal with those potential cyber attacks. I do think that it's starting to move in the right direction, Jason, and the fact that the rating agencies, when they're going to rate this debt, are asking those questions, they have to take it seriously. It can no longer be ignored.
What you're really saying is that by helping clients, local governments prepare for, hopefully ward off cyber attacks, Jason and I are really doing heroic work here, right?
You guys are heroes. You guys are local government heroes. Jason and his team are like the Cybersecurity Justice League of America, and I'm here to support you.
Well, it's about time we got that recognition. Thank you, Rudy.
Thanks for listening to this episode of A Little Privacy, Please with Rudy Salo. We'll see you next time.
It has been said about you that you've got the best hair in the firm. Are those people right?
Yes.